It's fisherman'n time.
Welcome to another video. Today we are fixing Tearlaments. Konami has decided that it was appropriate to hit all the Tearlament cards. Now Tearlaments are in shambles, but can Legendary Fisherman save them? We're just going to have to find out. Alright, now Konami also a lot earlier, hit Foolish Barrel Goods to make sure Tearlaments were bad, but we're playing it anyway. Send in Sulliek to the graveyard searching for any Tearlament. Well, let's get it to our hand. And now the goal today is to summon Legendary Fisherman. And as you know, I've said this before on the channel if you've watched, Legendary Fisherman, just adding him to the deck makes the deck broken. So we're going to see. They're just going to show off why. We are going to randomly mill and then send a Sheeran to fuse Kick Kalos. Kick Kalos going to activate to search an opponent, negating with Ash Blossom. Now I am playing with the latest Banlist array. It's not implemented in the game yet, but we are allowed 2 Sheerans and I think 1 Havness to level 3, and none of the 2. So that's it. Those are the only fusion summons we can do are with those 2. That gets negated, and we're just gonna pass now. Super Poly, such a good card, especially in Tearlaments. Gonna let us fuse our Tearlaments up or steal our opponent's monsters. Also sending triggers the Tearlaments. Opponent summoning a Fenrir, triggering the Scream. Scream get milling, and look, there he is, the Legendary Fisherman. And we got Legendary Fisherman 3 in the deck too. Don't you worry about it. Alright, now opponent going to battle, gonna attack with the Fenrir, triggering to banish our Kick Kalos, but it is a targeting effect, so now activate the Super Poly. We're gonna Super Poly our own monsters. That's right, Super Poly used defensively to summon Rokolos, and that is going to trigger the effect of the Kick Kalos to mill 5, milling a bunch of stuff into our graveyard, including one of the shufflers. Very cool. And a Heartbeat, which is going to give us back the trap that we sent to the graveyard earlier. Very cool. Tearlaments still playable, not Copium. Alright, not Copium. Opponent searching for another Fenrir. Summoning Tri-Brigade Kit and a Sprite Red. This is Tri-Brigade Sprites with the Fenrir. Very powerful deck. Alright, opponent gonna try and play through our Rokolos. Rokolos can negate an effect that would summon Sprin, not summoning though, sending to the graveyard, and that's triggering the Kit. Kit going to send a Tri-Brigade card from the deck to the graveyard. Alright, it's happening. We can't stop it. Cannot stop it. Sprin setting the Nimble Angler. Now we do have, or what maybe I should have done was, no, I don't know how chains work in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's very complicated. We maybe could have activated the Keldo and shuffle these away, but I would have had to activate the Keldo prior to them triggering, so it would have had to been the first thing on the chain, and I don't think that is possible to do. So opponent's getting 2 triggers, and they chain blocked the Angler. We would have loved to negate Angler with the Rokolos, but opponent chain blocking it with their Nerval. Nerval adding the Karis to hand, summoning the Beavers and linking into the Gigantic Sprite. Now obviously we want to negate this, but the Sprite Red's going to stop us anyway. So Rokolos negate, Sprite Red tribute the Beaver, stop the negate, negated. And now our only interaction left is our Shuffler. We have 2 Shufflers in the graveyard, so we can get shuffling when we want. So we'll have to choose the right time. Opponent searching for Sprite Jet, special summoning the Jet. Jet searching for a Smashers, meaning our Rokolos is not long for this world. We're going to have to rely on Legendary Fisherman to win this game. Sprite Elf getting summoned. They are targeting in the graveyard the Kit. We are going to shuffle away the Kit and the 2 Sprites, so Sprite Elf won't be able to target Sprites on our following turn, and shuffle them away. Opponents already used their negate. They are Sprite smashing right now. Yeah, taking advantage of the banished Sprite in the graveyard before it gets shuffled back. They're going to banish it. Keeping the red, getting rid of... There we go. Summoning a Karis. Okay, now opponent's still locked into level 2s now, so I'm not sure what they're going to do. Making the Bear Brum. Bear Brum discarding to target level 4 lower beast and special summon it. Opponent summoning a Pit Knight Earl, which I think is a negate. When a monster this card points to activates effect, target effect monster, change this attack to 0, negates effect. So there's a very strange negate. They can use Sprite Elf to trigger the Pit Knight to negate a card. Opponent's Bear Brum is searching for the Revolt, but that is going to get shuffled back into the deck because they don't have a card to shuffle back in. Very cool. All right, our turn. We draw. Call by the Grave. Not really what we were looking for. Hope for some extensions. Opponent still has this bright red, so if we summon the Supreme Sea Mare, it gets negated by tributing the Pit Knight or by triggering the Sprite Elf. Then it's not going to activate and could potentially even get popped if Sprite Red tributes the Pit Knight. Then Supreme Sea Mare is popped and we don't have anything to attack with, so we're just going to summon, not attack. Opponent activating Sprite Elf to summon a Sprind from their graveyard. We are going to try to shuffle that away. Opponent is going to negate with the Sprite Red, and we are going to call by that. Call by the Sprind, stop him from summoning it, and now we got the biggest, tied for the biggest attack monster on the field. Let's get in there for big hits. Hit over the Sprite Elf. Now this is not a strong board, not a great position, but opponent, you know, maybe they don't have much left. All right, summoning Max C, going into excess code. All right, so maybe they're out of Sprite Place because they didn't wombo combo do Sprite Place first. They're going straight to excess code, and if we get lucky, excess code will pop the Soliak, give us a search. Opponent popping just the Tearlaments Scream, going to battle, attacking the Sea Mare. Okay, all right, are we done for? No, because we have Fisherman in the deck. You never give up. I'm trying to teach you this lesson, all right? Never give up when you have Fisherman in the deck. Let's draw. It's Lightning Storm, that's right. Fisherman put Lightning Storm on top of the deck. Let's pop that excess code, and now it's top deck war. Opponent ending the turn, no plays. Let's draw. Ash Blossom, useless, end the turn, no plays. Opponent drawing, summoning the kit. This is bad news, Bears, all right? Bad news. Opponent Link summoning the Shureg, using all the monsters from their graveyard. All the monsters from their graveyard, shuffling, banishing them all to summon this Shureg. Gonna banish our Tearlaments Soliak. All right, now we need to draw another Lightning Storm, or you know, something else. But Fisherman, you believe in Fisherman? You got 1,500 life points. You just keep believing. All right, let's draw. Draw in a Rhino Heart. That is pretty good as long as the opponent has nothing in hand. Let's send Sheeran to the graveyard. Fusion summon. Now it's our turn to spin Kaleido Heart. Spin the Shureg back into the deck. Attack over the kit. And opponent. Oh, triggering the kit. Kit going is not going to do anything. Opponent has no targets left to search for. Opponent down to 4,100. They got to stall or something. And opponent has nothing. They are done. All right, now Fisherman played a small role in this game. He was in the graveyard, but he helped us win. All right, let's go on to the next game. Now, make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I will have the viewer submitted video. Sim King Sink or Swim is what we're calling it. Thank you to the person in the comments who suggested that. Opponent going first, activating Magical Mallet, shuffling their entire hand into the deck. Now, when you see this, into the void, you think this is some sort of wombo combo. I don't know what wombo combo this is, but opponent summoning a number 39 Utopia, searching for the hyper rank up magic by the effect of the attached monster, ranking up into Utopia Ray, activating hyper rank up magic to make a Utopia Dragon Roar. That's going to special summon, detach 2 materials, special summon the Numeron Dragon. Now, whenever I see this, I think Degeneracy. Numeron, always associated with Degeneracy. Opponent boosted all the way up to 13,000 attack points. Now, I am very scared that this is some sort of burn play. I think there's like a trap. They activate it, and then it burns us by the attack of a monster they have. So I'm a little worried, but luckily... Ooh, opponent discarding that trap trick. Luckily, we got the Super Poly. So we're going to Super Poly. You can't respond. Let's send that Ice Bear to the graveyard. Summon the Moon Dragon using our opponent's 2 monsters. Activate Ice Barrier. Search for the Fisherman. Here it is. All right, Fisherman is almost ready. Fisherman it up. We probably should have not done that because now we can't fusion summon because we're locked into waters, but that's fine. All right, that is fine. Let's attack. Let's attack again. No point XZ in here. We're gonna tribute. We're gonna tribute. Get back that Sheeran. Hopefully at the end of our following turn we'll be able to use it. Opponent, here's your chance. They know about the Fisherman, and they are done. They're not gonna do anything else. All right. Another Fisherman victory. Let's go on to the next game. If you like this sort of video, make sure to subscribe. I'll have more quality water-based content in the future. All right, Now, we are foolish barely goozing it up. And we just keep getting lucky drawing in hand because we only got one of them. Let's search for Rhino Heart. Rhino Heart, 1 card play, send the Havness. Havness gonna fusion summon. We got the turtle in hand to fuse with. Fusion summon the Kikalos. Kikalos going to search for a Sheeran. We are going to send Kikalos to the graveyard, summon the Sheeran, mill 5, and hopefully, no, not seeing it yet. All right, nothing useful milled. We're gonna make Time Thief Redoer. We are going to instantly jump off the field, sending the Sheeran, which is gonna fusion summon, into the Rokolos. All right, so there we go. We got Rokolos, we got Super Poly, we got Imperm, we got the Time Thief Redoer to steal a card from opponent, and we'll see what it steals. An opponent playing Pearlies. All right, Pearlies getting stolen. Opponent Pearly playing Fenrir's. Fenrir gonna activate to search. We are gonna just negate it with Imperm right now because if it goes to battle attacks, it's gonna try and banish our monsters. We don't want that. Negate the Fenrir with the Imperm. Now where is Legendary Fisherman? All right, we got some ways to get Legendary Fisherman out of the deck. We got 3 copies of Ice Barrier, but we do have to draw them. Opponent summoning Pearly. All right, Pearlily. Now we are going to Super Poly using the Time Thief Redoer and the Pearly. It probably, now this is probably a mistake. I probably should wait until opponent activates the Pearly effect to summon an XZ from targeting a card in the graveyard to Super Poly it, but we're just going to Super Poly it right now. All right, not taking risks. Not going to let this Pearly even activate. It is a hard once per turn. And we're fusion summoning using the Rokolos instead of the Time Thief Redoer because I realized, well, I could have used the Redoer. I realized making Dracosapelia with the Rokolos lets Rokolos resummon itself from the graveyard, so it's not that bad, and it gives us an additional negate. So Dracosapelia, the play here. All right, Rokolos come back because it was sent by a card effect. Time Thief Redoer going to activate to draw right now because why not? Draw in the Supreme Sea Mare. Opponent is triggering the Fenrir, but it is negated by the Imperm. Opponent, my friend Pearly, activating to reveal 3 Pearlies, getting 3 Pearlies revealed. Activating the Delicious Memory to summon another Pearlily. That is activating targeting, and this is why I should have waited with the Super Poly. All right, I should have waited with the Super Poly. Bit of a mistake. Opponent gets another Pearly activation. We are going to negate with the Dracosapelia. Stop him. Stop him in the tracks right there. Now we still have Rokolos. We have not activated Rokolos yet. Opponent summoning the Pearly. Activating the effect to look at the top 3. Add a Pearly spell trap to hand. Adding the Pretty Memory. Activating to XZ, and we can negate with Rokolos. Negate. Opponent activating Pretty Memory to summon a Pearly XZ from the deck. Not sure why they're doing that now. Looks like they're just doing the gain life points thing. All right. Negated and destroyed. The Pearly is gone. Opponent, Delicious Memory activating to protect their Pearly from being destroyed by battle. Alright, but it is still negated. Let's target the Fenrir right now to negate it. Opponent trying to activate Fenrir. Fenrir permanent negated now. Okay, stealing a spell. Let's draw with the Time Thief Redoer. Draw on the Legendary Fisherman, and now our victory is assured because Fisherman is strong in the deck, but he's even stronger in the hand. Let's summon the Supreme Sea Mare. We aren't ready for our Fisherman yet. See, now here's the thing, alright? We have Fisherman in hand. We have Ice Barrier. Next turn, if we can get an attack in, we can activate our Ice Barrier, Tribute Summon Fisherman, Special Summon Legendary Fisherman 3, banish our opponent's entire field. Alright? We just got to wait one more turn. Let's Fusion Summon the Kaleido Heart. Spin back the opponent's My Friend Pearly. Stop him from having Pearly plays. Let's get to battle. Crash that Fenrir. Crash that Fenrir again to just deal damage because opponent protected their monsters from destruction. They can't be destroyed this turn. Now, one more turn, and it's Fisherman time. Let's Tribute, get back the Turtle. Opponent. Their turn. Time Thief Redoer going to steal. Stealing a Pearly. Opponent activating Fenrir, but it is negated. Ending the turn, and this is it. It's Fisherman time, alright? All we got to do, get an attack, activate our Ice Barrier to reduce the Fenrir, and then main phase 2, we Tribute Summon Fisherman, activate Ice Barrier, search for Fisherman 3, banish their Pearly, or whatever's left on their field, or just have a Legendary Fisherman 3. Let's go. Max C, not useful right now. Let's draw. Alright, let's draw an opponent. No! Opponent not letting us summon the Fisherman. Alright, Fisherman was so close to being summoned, but opponent just, they sensed it. The fear was in their heart, and they had to run away. Let's go on to the next game. All right. We are still playing Fisherman. We are trying to make Fisherman happen. Opponent going first playing Labyrinth. Labyrinth, very powerful trap deck. And Tearlaments have been nerfed pretty hard, so we'll see. Is triple set back row enough? Now, one thing I will say is that Fisherman, the legendary Fisherman, is immune from spell trap effects, which means we cannot get popped by these silly Labyrinth cards if we can get the Fisherman online. Let's start things off with the Fenrir. Fenrir activate to search Fenrir opponent, negating with an imperm. All right. Now, we know that opponent searched with the Ariana for the, where is it? Big Welcome Labyrinth. Now, when you're playing against Labyrinth, if you have an Ash Blossom, always best to negate their Big Welcome or their Welcome Labyrinth with your Ash Blossom rather than negating the Ariana. So that is why we're holding the Ash Blossom. Fenrir negated. Let's activate the Primeval Planet. Search for the Havness. Now, I am searching for Havness because I have the Supreme Sea Mare in hand. Supreme Sea Mare send to the graveyard to fusion summon. Opponent activate an imperm. All right. Opponent got the second imperm. Gotta be extra careful here. Let's go to battle. Opponent activating a Big Welcome. We are going to Ash it. We knew that was the plan all along. Let's get in for big damage. Crash Fenrir into this Ariana. And opponent not willing to play it out. Not going to wait for the Fisherman to come out with the Ice Barrier. They are done. Let's go on to the next game. Opponents can sense when Fisherman is in your deck, and they will concede early, making it very hard to summon Fisherman. All right, he's so powerful that opponents just want to concede as soon as they realize Fisherman things could be happening. Let's see, opponent here playing Rockets. Now, we don't have any interaction going for second for our opponent's turn, but once it's our turn, we do have Super Poly, and we can discard this Ice Bear to search for a piece of Legendary Fisherman. So the plan is in motion. Let's see what opponent can do. Just kidding, we have a Havness. All right, now Havness we can activate when opponent activates a monster effect to summon itself, mill some random cards. I call this interaction. We do have to get lucky and mill one of the very few remaining Tearlament cards to have any hope of doing anything. But you know what? We might give it a shot. Opponent doing rocket things. Let's see here with the Rocket Tracer. We are going to activate Havness. Opponent has an Ash Blossom. Not even going to let Havness resolve. Just negating the Havness. So Havness stays in hand. We got nothing for the opponent's turn. Chaos Ruler going to look at a bunch of cards. Give him a card to hand. The Chaos Dragon. Chaos Dragon probably going to get summoned sometime soon. Bestial Rebellion. There it is. Chaos Dragon Levineer. When summoned with 3 Dark Monsters, randomly sends a card from our hand back into the deck, hitting the Havness. So now we are down to 1 Tearlament, just the Sheeran. Dark gets summoning. Opponent linking into the Borderland. Now Borderland, very difficult to deal with. Can't be destroyed by battle card effects. Can't be targeted with monster effects. And Quick Effect can target an effect monster on the field and a rocket in the graveyard negate it. So very powerful monster. Unfortunately, our opponent for some reason left this little rocket Synchron on the field, which is a dragon tuner. And Borderland Dragon, also a dragon, and is dark, which means we're going to have a couple of Super Poly targets for that. Opponent Brand of Beast, activating the Brand of Regain. Let's draw a second Super Poly. And here's the play. Fusion Summon Garura. Using the Super Poly, discarding Ice Barrier. Let's activate Tearlament Scream. Let's summon the Sheeran. Mill a bunch of cards. What do we mill? There he is. The Fisherman is here. He has made an appearance. Opponent is aware that we're on the Fisherman plan. All right. Now we're going to activate, get ourselves the Havness back because we already used our normal summon this turn. Let's go to battle and attack. And here was my mistake, all right? I should have not searched for Havness. I should have searched for Rhinoheart because you can normal summon him and he's level 4, all right? Rhinoheart level 4, all right? So on our next turn, we use Rhinoheart, we use Sheeran to XZ into Dugaris. Dugaris special summons Legendary Fisherman from the graveyard. Then we activate Ice Barrier, special summon Legendary Fisherman 3, and that is the plan. That's the game. Opponent knows the jig is up. But I realize we actually have lethal damage here. Opponent with 2,200 life points. We have another Super Poly. We have 2 monsters on the field. Let's just fusion summon right now. Pressure our opponent, all right? Sometimes you got to make them have it. Opponent has the set back row. Opponent's got to have it right now. Let's fusion summon the Kit Kolos. Kit Kolos going to search, or sorry, going to send. We get to special summon another Tearlament, but opponent not going to wait around to find out. They are done for, and they know it. On to the next game. All right. Fisherman continues to be the most broken card and probably worthy of adding to Tearlaments. Opponent going first, playing Photon Sanctuary, summoning 2 monsters. Now we do have some interaction this time. We got an Ash Blossom. Foolish Burial sending a Photon Jumper to the graveyard. That is going to activate to search for some sort of Photon card. We are going to negate that. Ash Blossom negate. Photon Jumper would have searched for something, and we don't want him to have it. Let's just get rid of it. Negate. Opponent linking into a Galaxy Eyes Solar Flare Dragon, which is a piece of disruption. It can quick effect discard a Photon card and then target a special summon monster, destroy it. So they're going to be able to pop our special summon cards. Now let's draw. Luckily, we got the Fenrir. Fenrir going to give us a way to deal with the Galaxy Eyes Solar Flare. Opponent activating Max C though. Max C going to put a hamper in my plans. Alright, I don't want to give our opponent cards with Max C. So Fenrir going to get popped in response to that Max C. Opponent not letting Fenrir deal with the Solar Flare. Now we could do a bunch of Wombo Combo Fusion summons, but I think I'm just going to stick to one, alright? We're just going to try and attack over the Solar Flare. Rhino Heart. Trigger the Scream. Opponent negating the Scream effect to mill randomly. Alright, so luckily we did do this. Do need to get rid of that Ash Blossom. We're going to Rhino Heart. Send to the graveyard a Tearlament. Fusion summon. Into the Kiklos. Kiklos search. Give our opponent only one card here. Search for the Sulliek. That'll let us negate on our opponent's turn. We got the Ice Barrier to protect. Let's attack over this Solar Flare. Opponent revealing. I didn't know this had another effect. Alright, when we declare an attack, they skip their next battle phase, special summon this card, and end the battle phase. So opponent skipping their next battle phase to summon that Photon Jumper, keeping their Solar Flare Dragon. Now we got interaction though. Opponent with the top deck of the Century, Harpy's Feather Duster. Let's Sulliek. Sulliek permanently negate the Solar Flare by sending the Kiklos to the graveyard. We're going to get to mill 5 with the Kiklos effect. Ice Barrier getting sent to the graveyard means we're going to get to search for the Fisherman pieces. Fisherman almost assembled. Solar Flare negated. Kiklos in. Harpy Feather Duster pop. And we're going to get a search. Because the Sulliek was popped, we're going to get a search for a Tearlament. Let's get searching. Search for a Rhino Heart. Activate the Kiklos to randomly mill. Milling another Ice Barrier. That is pretty sweet. Havness getting milled means it's going to fusion summon. Heartbeat getting milled means it's going to add a trap from our graveyard back to the hand, meaning we get Sulliek back. Tearlaments added again. The degeneracy continues. The ban list was not enough. Fusion summon Rokolos, meaning we can negate and affect that fusion summons. Opponent has no battle phase. Activate the Ice Bear. It's time. It is Fisherman time. Let's add the Fisherman to hand. On our turn, we can activate the Ice Barrier. Search for the other piece of Fisherman. Tribute our Rokolos. Summon the Fisherman. Summon the other Fisherman. And that is going to be game. Opponent will have their entire board banished. We are locked in the water, so we're going to set this Mudora. You know what? Hold on. I'm not ready yet, all right? It's not Fisherman time yet. I could have summoned the Fisherman, all right? But I was scared, all right? I was a little scared. I don't want to give up my Rokolo. She's, too cool. But we got the Fisherman assembled, okay? So next turn, we got the Sulliek negate with the Rokolos, and then we tribute our Mudora with, and then we do the Fisherman play, okay? That's the line. Let's crash. Hit that Solar Flare. Opponent, it's your turn. You got one more turn left, and then it's Fisherman time. We have set him up perfectly. Opponent crashing into the Rokolos to trigger the Photon Jumper, adding the Galaxy Trance to hand, sorry. That is going to special summon a Galaxy Eyes monster from the deck. We are going to negate with Rokolos. And then it's Fisherman time. Opponent knows what's up. We revealed both Fisherman pieces. It's time to Fisherman. Come on, let's go. Rokolos come back to the field, but opponent not letting us Fisherman. The Fisherman is denied again. Opponent surrendering. We should have Fisherman when we had the chance. I knew it was a risk to try and take an additional turn. Let's go on to the next game. I think just having the ability to summon Fisherman, shows the effectiveness of Fisherman. But I really would like to summon him. Opponent, letting us go first. We're going to set Max C, set Imperm, set Super Poly. This is the strongest board ever, all right? Opponent summoning a Kashtira Ogre. Ogre going to activate to get a trap. We are going to trigger the Havness. Once Havness is on the field, if opponent summons a monster we can fuse with, we can trigger the Havness with our own Super Poly. Also milling a Rhino Heart. That's not going to do anything. But we also mill a Sheeran. And that is going to do something. Sheeran going to activate 2 fusion summon. Opponent has a Call by the Grave, but they activated it in the imperm column. Why did they do this? All right, that was a risky play, and we are going to punish right now. This shouldn't happen anymore, but here we are. Imperm negate. Imperm negate the ogre. Its effect doesn't matter, but the Call by the Grave, that's negated. So fusion time. Fusion time with the Tearlaments making the Kiklos. Kiklos going to send our other Tearlament name to the graveyard to fusion summon. Let's send the Havness that we shuffle back in. Fusion summon into the Rilkalos. We still got Super Poly. Opponent activating Branded Opening. Now, why did I not activate Maxi? It's because I'm a fool, alright? And also because they can choose not to summon this. And I don't want to waste my Maxi because I need to discard a card with Super Poly. So if I, activate Maxi and opponent just is like, you know what, I'm not going to summon anymore, then we don't have anything to discard with Super Poly. So a bit of a risk. Opponent, Luber the Boober, summon, search for the Brand of Fusion. Tribute summoning a Cashier of Fenrir. We would not have drawn a card from Maxi here, and it is time to Super Poly. Super Poly, discard Maxi. Use our Maxi to make the Mood Dragon. Opponent, Brand of Fusion. We are going to negate the activation and destroy it. Brand of Fusion in the graveyard. Opponent cannot target our Tearlament because of the Mood Dragon. Tearlament real close, sending itself to the graveyard and resummoning it. Self and opponent not going to wait to see the Fisherman. They are done. All right. Let's do one more game. All right, one final game, and then we will go on to the Sink or Swim with Sim King. Now, we got Fisherman in hand. We got Havness. We got Fenrir. Let's summon the Fenrir. Let's set Super Poly. Let's activate to search for another Fenrir. We got Maximum C. I think we got this, all right. Opponent's turn. They are activating. It is Minkankos. All right. Big challenge. All right, big challenge, the Minkankos. But you know what? I kind of have to go to the bathroom, so I'm just going to let my little sister fill in for me. I didn't actually watch this game, so I don't know what happens, but I'm guessing that Fisherman, wins because Fisherman's in hand. It's the perfect play. So just remember, this is not me. This is my little sister playing. Minkanko getting banished by the Fenrir. Very good play by my little sister. Water Arabasque going to summon the Huli from the deck. That's return the Fenrir and draw on the other Fisherman. This is like the perfect draw. I don't know how my sister could mess this up. It's literally is the easiest thing ever. Havness going to get triggered from the Minkanko. Summon itself and mill 3. Hopefully mill a Lucky Fusion. Okay, milling the Ice Barrier. That's not terrible. You can get search for a Kaiju with that. Minkanko Rivalry. Great Minkanko Ceremony, banishing to send the Dance. Going to battle, just dealing 1,000 damage. Very pathetic. Ice Barrier being activated for some reason. Why is my sister activating Ice Barrier to search for the turtle? You're locking yourself into waters. That is not necessary right now. All right. My little sister just making reckless plays. Opponent summoning another Minkanko. And that wasn't in the end phase. So I don't know why my sister not doing that in the end phase. That was a big risky play. All right. Big risk. No reward. Kaiju it up. Kaiju turtle. All right. Getting summoned right now. And oh, here it is. It's Fisherman time. The legendary Fisherman banishes all the Minkankos. Opponent Minkanko Rivalry trying to pop the Fisherman. I don't think so. Target and equip spell to the Fisherman. All right, Fisherman is unaffected by spell traps, so this is going to equip the Axe of Fools, but is not going to do anything. Normally it would boost 1,000 attack points, but does nothing to Fisherman. Fisherman banishes the field, and Fisherman is so powerful that he cannot attack the turn he uses his effect because he's getting a rest. He needs to give the opponent a turn to reflect on what's happened. Opponent, you got 2 setback, or you got Axe of Fools burning us for 500 damage, but we got a Fisherman. Opponent resummoning the Huli using the Minkanko card in the graveyard. That's not ideal. Getting a Minkanko Promise. Now my little sister getting whacked in the face. Poor Fisherman getting whacked in the face here. Dealing damage to us. Alright, now Ice Barrier, the out to Fisherman. Alright, sorry, the out to Minkankos. Minkankos get their effects negated with the Ice Barrier, and then you just attack over them normally like they're 0 attack monsters that they are. So my sister setting that Ice Barrier, and Cosmic Cyclone. What the? No one plays that card. Opponent Minkanko promising to special summon a Minkanko. My sister using the Ice Barrier, or the Ash Blossom to negate. And still the Super Poly on the field, but is there anything to even Super Poly into? Minkankos are all different attributes. Opponent just whacking the Fisherman, And Fisherman can't attack because these Minkankos, they all just deal damage back to you. Minkanko Dance, equipped to the Hare. Getting the Minkanko Water Bask. And now both our Minkankos are equipped, so each of them are going to deal damage to us if we attack. My little sister drawn into the Tearlaments Rhino Heart, and that is going to get Ash Blossomed. Not ideal. Not that I think that would have done very much anyway. And is there a play with Super Poly? Looks like no. Going into the Verte Anaconda just because leaving Fisherman out would have been guaranteed lethal damage. Opponent, back to you. My little sister, you know, messing this up. The Fisherman was there. That was like an instant win, but opponent with the Axe of Fools on the Predaplant Verte means this is lethal if they don't summon another monster, and that is lethal damage. Minkankos beating the Fisherman. I don't know what to say about this. All right, let's go on to the fan video. All right, so we got ourselves a replay sent to me by the Master Chief, and this is pure Umi control. Love to see it. All right, now the way this segment works, you let me know if this video is worthy of the Simp King award. And, you know, we got 2 awards. All right, we got the Simp King award, and if, you know, they sink, then we got the Simp King Gamer Boy bathwater to send out. All right, to the those not worthy of respect. Opponent going first, playing Runic Naturia Beast, and this is a very difficult deck to deal with because they are capable of setting up infinite spell trap negates, monster negates, and also the Runic cards just pop everything. So I'm already impressed that you're going second and you're playing against this deck. It's a very strong deck going first. So we'll see what happens. All right. Now, I don't know if our Umi control boy here is going to win or lose, but I respect the hustle. All right. Opponent going into Baron, activating the Runic Field spell, activating Runic Slumber to just randomly banish off the top so they know what we're doing. Maxi, Ash Blossom, and the Ocean Dragon Lord getting banished here. Opponent drawing 2 cards, Pod Agreed, for free, activating Keldo to summon itself, getting a Kelbeck. Now this will be banned soon, but opponent got the Kelbeck in hand. All right, let's see what the plan is here. Jellyfish, activate the Legendary Ocean, activating, sending to summon. Opponent activating Maxi, but not activating Baron. Not even activating Baron. Opponent falling for the bait. All right, summoning that Ocean Dragon Lord means they're waterlocked. All right, they got to give up their Keldo. Baron is on the field. Is Baron going to negate the Ocean Dragon Lord? Opponent activating Freezing Curses to pop the Ocean Dragon Lord. Is Jelly going to negate? Jelly is going to negate. Does that mean Baron is going to negate? Baron is going to negate. So we lose the whole board, but we got the Ice Barrier. I don't think this was a great exchange here, but I think opponent is still in a really strong position, banishing random cards off the top of the deck. Looks like we're running Fury Kyroshin. Very cool card. Searches for the Torrential Tribute. And Ice Bear again set. An opponent searching for Runic Destruction means they are going to be able to pop the Umi or the back row. Again, back row getting popped. Now, we do still have the Waterlock live because Ocean Dragon Lord was negated but not popped. But Baron probably going to make quick work of that. Opponent popping the Ocean Dragon Lord. Ending the turn because they can't attack because they're Umi cards. Ice Barrier going to search. Opponent stopping the Jelly being added back to hand. That is a good play actually because you can search for any level 5 or higher, but with Jellyfish in the graveyard you could get the Jellyfish too. So opponent banishing, negating the Jellyfish. Luckily level 4 on the field means Legendary Ocean still lets us normal summon the Ocean Dragon Lord. Searching for a turtle. Love to see the turtle, but Baron's negate is gone. Is it worth turtling the Baron? I don't know. Opponent shuffling cards back into the deck with the shuffler, activating Baron effect to summon the Camellia. Now Camellia is a very good card, lets them special summon Naturia monsters and also can let them negate. Search for Sea Stealth here, pop in the Camellia. Alright, opponent didn't have the play yet. Alright, so Camellia popped, they're waterlocked, we got Sea Stealth attack live. Is this the end? Well, I don't think so because Runics can very easily disrupt. All right, they got a lot of disruption. Camellia comes back, sends the Sacred Tree. Sacred Tree searches for the Blessing. Blessing going to let him summon the Naturia from the hand or graveyard. Opponent slumbering just to banish cards. And This is Runic Natura's way to win, alright? They are going to just start using their Runic cards to banish your whole deck while they set up Disruption and Negates and stop you from attacking. Opponent drawing 3 with a Pot of Greed, setting a back row. What is the out? Ash Blossom here. Ocean Dragonlord getting negated. Opponent still has 7,200 life points. So we got a long ways to go before we can get lethal damage. Summoning the Warrior Atlantis. That is a big beat stick. Runic Golden Droplet. Going to summon a Huggin just to block. And activating the effect to draw. That's getting negated. Alright, was that going to draw a lot? I don't know if that looks like that was just going to draw 1. They only have 1 Runic spell in the graveyard. So negating the draw 1 with Ash Blossom. Opponent's Huggin. Going back to the extra. They're still at 6,000 life points. Opponent got 4 cards in hand and 1 on the field. Runic Tip searching for the Freezing Curse is going to negate an effect monster and banish. And look at the deck is just getting ripped to shreds here. Opponent drawn with the Runic Fountain. Drawn 3. Pot of Greed +1. Blessing. Summoning the Cricket. Cricket going to activate. Special summon. Oh, and they're shuffling in response. Shuffling their Naturia cards back into the deck so they have more materials to work with. Alright, you know, I believe in you, Umi player. They are waterlocked, but Umi Dragon is negated right now. Opponent, Sunflower and the Camellia means opponent has infinite negates. Alright, when you activate a monster effect, tribute a Naturia monster to negate the activation and destroy it. But this card says, if you attribute a monster to activate a Naturia effect, send the top 2 cards of your graveyard instead. So opponent infinite monster negates. Very rude. And 6 cards in hand. And activate another fountain, which means they plan on drawing again. Flashing Fire, summoning the Gary. Gary getting back the fountain. Is opponent going to draw 3 again? Opponent summoning a Coral Dragon. Or are they going to go into a rank 10? A level 10 XZ. Sending with Kelbeck. Choosing to protect Sea Stealth attack, protecting the Warrior Atlantis. Not what I expected. Kind of thought you would use it to reset the Ocean Dragon. Opponent, Naturia Blessinging. Summoning a Supreme Sovereign. Oh no. Supreme Sovereign means that opponent is going to, every time they banish a card from field and graveyard. Opponent activating to draw 3 again. This is, if you pull this through, you're gonna win the prize. All right, you're gonna win the prize. You definitely don't get the bathwater. Opponent ending the turn. Banish the Umi. Turtle Kaiju time. Getting rid of the Shangying. Activating Umi Dragon. That gets negated again. Opponent Runic Destruction. Popping the back row. And this is just, madness. All right, opponent down to 17. We're down to 3 cards left. How do you pull this off? Opponent's Runic Fountain going to draw 3 cards. So opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in hand. Slumber activating to prevent the turtle from being destroyed by battle. We got no cards left in the deck, which means we can't search. Area the Water Charmer getting summoned here. What is Water Charmer going to do? Opponent activating Max C. I don't know why they want a Max C now. They got 17 cards left. We got no cards left in the deck, which means we got to win this turn. Otherwise, it's game over. Water Charmer getting the Chungus. Oh my goodness, how many cards are banished? How big is the Chungus? 6,400. That is a big Chungus. Opponent summoning the Cricket, getting 2 monsters on the field. All right. Going to battle. And the zero attack Gameciel can't be destroyed by battle. Chungus reducing his attack to 0. Because of his effect, he gains 1,000 attack defense for each banished card. We got 32 cards banished, and also reduces the opponent's monsters by that same amount. And opponent protected the Gameciel from being destroyed by battle earlier, so we got lethal attack with the Water Charmer, and opponent knows what's coming, and they are done. All right, you know what? That was epic. You let me know what you guys think of this gameplay down in the comments. If Master Chief is worthy of the Sim King award, we're going to send him a Sim King prize. Let's go on to the deck list. All right, if you want to play the most beautiful, perfect deck list ever, here it is. Fisherman tiers updated for the new ban list. We got triple Maxi, 2 Ash Blossom, 1 singular Havness. I know it says 2 here, but it will be limited to 1. Triple Supreme Sea Mare. This is our backup Rhino Heart We got 2 copies of Sheeran. We got triple Rhino Heart. We got the 1 Keldo. We got the 1 Mudora. No more Millers. Miller's going to be banned. We only need 1 Fisherman, 1 Legendary Fisherman 3. We got 2 Fenrirs. We got the Gameciel. We got Foolish Barrel Goods. We got Lightning Storm. We got Primeval Planet. We got triple Scream. The URs are crazy, but if you have Tearlaments, you're going to have all these cards already. We got triple Super Poly, 2 Call by the Graves, 1 Crossout Designate, Tearlament Heartbeat, triple Ice Barrier, 2 Imperms, and the Suliak. In the extra deck, we got Moondragon, Kiklos, Garura, Starving Venom, Dracosapelia, Rokolos, Kaleido Heart, Barandafleur, Abyss Dweller, Baguska, Time Thief Redoer, number 60 Dugaris. This is just for our Fisherman plays. 1 Zeus, 1 Verte Anaconda, and the Underworld Mami. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.